Well, it's kind of a busy morning as we are trying to disembark. We got up and got everything loaded up and got our luggage together, carry-ons basically, and we headed to breakfast at Animator's Palette. Said bye to our servers, which is always a little sad. They're great folks, always take great care of you. And Wendy is running an errand real quick, and we're just hanging out now. We have an excursion today in Vancouver. We decided to get an excursion that happens actually in Vancouver, where they take you, because our flight's not till late tonight, and so we're going and seeing some of Vancouver, and they take care of your luggage for you and all that, and then they end up dropping you off at the airport, which is awesome. So that's kind of the day. I think we're going to this big swinging bridge, big suspension bridge, and a couple other things along the way. Should be a beautiful time as far as we're just checking out some stuff. So come along. So there's really no way around it. Disembarkation is a little bit of a challenge every time. I say a challenge, it's just a lot. It's busy. Just give you a feel for what it looks like this morning. We're waiting for the excursion, but I walked by here. This is sort of the main area. People are obviously kind of waiting to get off and doing so in different stages. They do have an option that's pretty awesome. It's like an express. It's a way you can get off. It's kind of like an express disembarkation. And basically what that means is you've decided to manage your own luggage. So in other words, you are not going to send any luggage with your room host or anything like that, but you take care of it all yourself. So depending on how much luggage you have, I mean, that can be a good option. You're able to get off before everyone else. But if not, you've got to kind of wait, and it just takes a little bit of time because you've got to go through, they got to scan you out, and then you've also got to go through picking up your luggage. And then if you're in Canada like we are, you've also got to go through customs also.
You guys leave it clear photos for me today, okay? Get away
Disney Wonder is now cleared by local Customs and Border Protection for those guests with luggage tags, colors, and characters that are white with Ariel. You are kindly invited to disembark the ship at this time via the gangway located on deck-free midship. Please have your Key to the World card out and ready to be swiped off the ship.
Oh, there's Wendy. Hey, welcome to the video this morning. We have made it through everything and are now on our tour bus. And I felt like it was a little bit easier coming.
It was very smooth because of the tour, I think.
I think we skipped a couple lines, kind of walked us through because we stayed together as a tour group. And so yeah, it was so far so good. So now we're going to go see some of Vancouver. Should be fun.
100,000 passengers a year coming through the port of Vancouver just on cruise ships alone. And then we have, of course, the industrial port as well, the container then port and the other industrial parts of the port. But here on the right-hand side, you'll be able to see then your ship, the Disney Wonder that you were on. Is it called the Wonder? Mm-hmm. Yes, the Disney Wonder. I thought I got it right when I walked by.
Each of the totem poles, and in front of each of the totem poles is then a little plaque that'll explain what you're looking at in front of the totem poles. But I told you about the Thunderbirds. You can see them at the top there, the ones with the big wings. According to the First Nations oral history, what would happen is that they would explain then natural phenomenon by then mythical beings. And one of them was the Thunderbird. So when he had his arms outstretched, when he blinked his eye, that was when the lightning bolts would come down. And when he flapped his wings, this was the wind and the thunder that they would hear during that time. But you can see then some of the totem poles here, the painted ones here. These are also the long houses. Okay, you can see there on the right, 3 faces. That was then the faces of the elders. And if you look around on the left-hand side, you'll see small little faces, and those are the faces of the children. So that was then the entrance to the longhouse, the elders passing on then their knowledge to the younger generation. And this is something very common in First Nations culture, is they passed on the stories through then oral stories, telling them from generation to generation. So what I recommend you do is you go up then closer to the totem poles, reach each of them, and it'll tell you then what is represented there: ravens, the bears, the orcas, etc. They have a mortuary pole, the one in the far right there with the big box on the top. So that would have been a chief, then an elder in the tribe, or the chief of the tribe that would have been buried there. So the bones would be up in there as well. And that's what you had then on the summary and all of these graves and boxes that were then filled with dead. That's why I got named dead inside it. everyone, if you need the restrooms, just go around the corner here to the left. They're on the
Well, so far this tour has actually been really good. Our tour guide is very thorough, and it has explained all of downtown Vancouver. And this was the one we booked. You booked actually right when we got on the ship.
So this port excursion, port adventure will not show up on your app beforehand. You literally cannot book it until you board the ship, and then when you book it, they will tell you. This cruise will let you know if it makes, because I think they have to have
a certain number of people in order for it to,
we're 34 on our tour.
Yeah.
So we're in Stanley Park right now, and the cool thing is you can actually, Chris will flip the camera around here in a minute, you can see the Wonder across the,
There she
over
is.
there at the port.
Yeah, and what's great about this tour is if you are traveling, if you're flying back, depending on when your flight is. In other words, our flight isn't till tonight, so we've had to debark the ship at this point, and we're not going to fly out till like 10:30 tonight. So we were looking for something to do today anyway, and so this is just a great way to see Vancouver.
You actually cannot book this tour unless your flight is 3 p.m. or later.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Okay, and our luggage is just on the bus at this point, and they're going to drop us at the airport here a little bit later.
Thank you. That's a map of the whole.
Vancouver. Now we're heading then to the Capilano Suspension Bridge. And, this is where you're going to have some time to enjoy this beautiful park. But look to the left and right now and get this beautiful view overlooking Vancouver. Behind you to the right, the whole downtown of Vancouver, the main city of Vancouver. On the left-hand side, you see then West Vancouver. This is the richest postal code in all of Canada. So all of those are multi-million-dollar homes that you see up along then the top of the tree line there. This is still called today British Properties.
picked a perfect day. It's a
I'm
nice,
gonna have to take this
perfect
picture.
weather. Not
I
too
don't have
hot,
signal.
not too cool, not raining. We do get a lot of rain here, so.
Very center, the bridge, go across.
I can't walk backwards.
Gee whiz. But look at the view.
You see the bridge out here. Need a picture.
Make no mistake, this thing wobbles. It is wobbling. Seriously. Yeah, I'm trying to stay still, but this thing is wobbly. Woo-wee. Beautiful view there.
And then you're like, and I was dead. Like, I didn't know.
So if you walk across one way, you got to go back across the other. So overall, this thing is awesome. We're back on the bridge, but make no mistake, if you are afraid of heights or if you don't like bridges that shake a whole lot, this is not your thing because
Also, lots of stairs.
Lots of stairs. So you just need to be mobile. And but if you love nature and love hiking and that type of stuff, this place is great. What a great way to spend a day before we fly out tonight. Well, that is going to do it for our overall cruise report. We're about to leave the suspension bridge and head to the airport, and we figured we wouldn't really video at the airport. We just got a long travel. Yeah, we're not leaving till like 10:30. I think 10:30
Yeah, our flight
p.m.
to Atlanta is 10:30 tonight, so we'll be at the airport for about 9 hours.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day, but that's okay.
We leave.
We're going to get to the airport and rest a little bit, just chill out. And the suspension bridge has been great, though. This has been a really fun way to see at least a small taste of Vancouver. I just had some poutine. I probably should have videoed it. My apologies. And but overall, the overall experience, I mean,
It's been so fun.
it's been a great.
Alaska's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it's just a different kind of cruise. Like up until this point, we had only done, the Caribbean and Bahamas.
Yeah.
So going to Alaska with all the sights and the wildlife and just, it was really good.
Yeah.
My biggest tip, I think, if you're going on an Alaska cruise is try to budget for being able to do some of the
Yeah, you got to do the excursions.
the port adventures because they're
They are
so
awesome.
good. And you don't have to necessarily go through Disney, but you definitely want to be able to do some of those really cool port adventures.
I did think at one point, and I'm not sure why somebody who's not taking a cruise or thinking about taking a cruise would watch this, but if there's somebody just wanting to see Alaska, I did think Juneau would be an option for someone if you just wanted to go see a little bit of everything that Alaska has to offer.
Yeah.
Like Juneau really has that.
The number of
So in theory, you
tours out
could,
of Juneau is
yeah, I mean, you
incredible.
can see a big glacier. You can see all of the beautiful mountains with the snow-capped mountains, the whales, and
yeah, you could do
all
a
of that,
ton.
all of that
Even
stuff.
on our
Yeah.
Glacier Explorer Day, which is where we went up close to the glacier, the captain of our boat, he's based out of Juneau.
Yeah, you can actually
and
take
you can
that-
actually take that tour
Yeah.
from Juneau.
That's like a 3-hour boat ride
It's
each way.
Yeah, it's a long day,
But it's
you
probably
can
beautiful.
still do it. So,
Yeah.
It was,
So, But you can just fly into Juneau, I guess, and kind of do that whole thing there. But yeah, but what a great trip. Thanks for sticking around to the end. And just a reminder, Wendy here does Disney, all things Disney. So Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruises, Alani, all of those things. Adventures by Disney. You've never booked one of those.
I haven't.
That would be awesome.
I've quoted a couple, but
Yeah, but you can reach her just at Wendy with an E, WENDY at yellowshoetravel.com. But we did this more than anything just because we really enjoyed watching everybody else's Alaska cruise videos. And there are so many to watch, and there are a lot that are a lot better than ours in some ways. Like there are...
we are brand new at this. But
there are definitely some really good ship tours that are out there that some travel agents have done. This is more than anything just kind of the way we chose to do Disney Alaska as empty nest age folks without kids on the trip. So hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.